Hey, we got two more guests going to jump in with us, Shaq.
Yeah.
We got Andrew Nicholson, Orlando 19th pick at the Orlando Magic in 2012. And he's joining us. And we got Denham Brown backstage, 2006, Seattle SuperSonic.
Well, fellas,
Brown, Nicholson, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yo, Drew, thank you so much. I know you're jumping in from a workout. Tell us a little bit about your background as far as Jamaica, being Jamaican, and and what you got going on even right now.
Yeah, I mean, both my family, both sides actually, they're from OG. I've been there many times. Growing up as a kid, just being able to see the houses that my dad and my mom had grown up in, the land that they have, and this it was an experience. Just being able to go there. I've been there maybe 12 times in my life, so just being able to see that was amazing.
Great. So, D. Brown, what about you? What's your background?
Jamaican, well, Canadian, Jamaican. I actually have a couple of stories about going back to Jamaica. My dad actually used to send me and my sister back to Jamaica in the summer for a couple of months. The entire summer in '93, I went back to Jamaica with my sister.
Wow.
We spent the entire summer there. We just pretty much, I was in the country, wasn't in town. You know what I'm saying? I was tying up goats, moving cows, all the country style, everything that was country. I never touched a ball that whole summer, but all my brothers them told me when I came back I was a different person. That's one thing that I remember. As soon as I came back from the summer, I never touched the ball for the whole 2 summers. As soon as I came back, my brothers them was like, "Yo, D Brown, something went on. You were at Jamaica, you did something we don't know." So, yeah, there's something special. There's something going on. There's something special about Jamaica, man. And if you do have a chance to go down there, even if you live down there, or if you're a tourist, just go down there and spend a couple of weeks. You'll definitely see the culture is different.
So, hey, Drew, we've been talking about the need for infrastructure and how exactly like Denham was saying that there's no hoops. He's there for a whole summer. There's nowhere to play. But when you look at how infrastructure has helped us, just having access to a gym. What do you think? Do you think that would make a big difference in the development of talent down there? Just better access? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that make a huge difference. I mean, having accessibility to gyms and having people who have actually played the game a lot, being able to help the youth down there would definitely help them grow as a nation basketball wise. I mean, it's helped us up here in Canada. I mean, I know we're still going in the right direction, but if we actually had that down in Jamaica, I think there'd be a good turnout.
Yeah, absolutely. And even Denham, when we first linked up, when I met you, Denham, it was like, we talked about with Matt, and we talked about that Jane and Finch pipeline, how from Finch all the way down to with Falstaff and Stanley all the way down to Bloor, Jane and Bloor, like the talent level, Jamaicans have immigrated into that area. How big do you think that area was for basketball? That pipeline, Jane and Finch. How big do you think that was for Canada?
Well, I would say that the entire Jane Strip. I wouldn't just concentrate it to the Jane and Finch area. When I was growing up in Falstaff in the '80s, like there was a heavy basketball culture in the Falstaff Community Center. Like there was a lot of talent in Falstaff Community Center. I don't know where they came from, maybe Toronto, maybe from the Jane Strip, but they just centralized in the community center. And we kind of brought it back in the early 2000s, me, Nat, and the quote unquote five guys. Shaq knows about the five guys. But at the same time, I just, it's just guys have gravitated to where they know basketball is, and I think that Falstaff has a sacred spot of being known for hoops. I think a lot of guys will come in the city and say, okay, what are the main gyms? We might not have big gyms, but we got main gyms. And I think Falstaff is one of the main gyms based on who has come through there and who has really been through there and showed consistency throughout that facility, that gym. You know, I'm also a big believer of if you build it, they will come. You know, just having a structure in Jamaica and having the certain guys. You know, I'm a big believer about who's there, not what's there, but who is there is very important for helping things to grow, right? And I feel like, you know, the guys on this page, every person on this page has the ability, has that ability. I think everybody on this page, everywhere they've went, they've seen growth, whether it was in front of their face or if you actually had the time to look behind you, you would see that there was growth happening behind you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what, Drew, you have a little bit of a different perspective as well too, because you know you made it in an environment that maybe wasn't the typical, in a sense of like what we've been talking about, where you know everybody's talking about Falstaff, Jane and Falstaff, but you know you came up and became a first-round pick, and what was your experience like?
I mean, I started playing basketball when I met you at Phase One. So, being able to be a part of that community is what actually got me to help me where I'm at right now. I mean, growing up, I went to Gates. Basketball was just it was more of like a hobby for me, and I started to take it more seriously once I started to be around a lot of my teammates who I saw their passion for the game, so it started to grow on me, and I was like, hey, this can propel me to go in the right direction. And that's what I feel as though, like, if we had something like that in Jamaica, if people had the opportunity, how many superstars that we can have down there that we don't know of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But like Denham was saying, and we've been talking about, it's like, well, we need courts to go to. So even if we went there right now, it's like we can stay in the night resort, but where are we going to go to be able to impact and do our thing? I think that it always seems to be coming back to infrastructure, but also, Akeem was on the call earlier. And he said, but also if Jamaica starts winning at the highest levels, that now might bring in some corporate and bring in some some trickle down, just from winning. What do you guys think about that?
I'm always from the ground up. I don't think anything's gonna happen from the top and go back down, right? I always think it's gonna start from the ground, and just putting ourselves in positions to be able to teach at the youngest age. Maybe we won't see it in our lifetime, but maybe 25 years down the line, Jamaica might be an Olympic contender in basketball. But I don't think that we should focus on getting the best product or even trying to win, but just getting players better, developing kids and having a ground for them to play on and develop on.
Okay, I got Drew. And any thoughts on that too?
Yeah, I mean, just to echo what Denham's saying, just having those grassroots foundations, just being able to, get them in there early, so you can build for the future. I mean, obviously right now it'll be tough, but if you plan for, like you said, 20, 25 years, who knows?
Yeah, and then and it might be sooner, because when you look at Canada, you got to think about it. Canada didn't start winning because they put together a winning program at the top. Canada started winning when guys like yourself pass through the hands of guys like me, who pass through the hands of David Joseph and other guys at community level, developed you guys, and then Canada was able to grab you guys and put you on a world stage, and when you guys got your opportunity, you did your thing. And I think that I agree with you for sure. Also, Wayne, I think Jamaica has had an example of winning first. Like, for instance, check out the Reggae Boys. They were very successful, and when they had a chance to develop and start bringing in kids to develop using that Reggae Boy, that big Reggae Boy name, they didn't do that. They just ran with the Reggae Boys. But where's the development? Yeah.
Until Reggae Boys was done, they probably had 8 years under their belt, but no development happened. They didn't have any development, no structure, no infrastructure. You could have had the Reggae Boys right now, 2020, brand new Reggae Boys.
Well, Dave Black is actually a coach on the women's development team and a high school coach down there and a former Jamaican national team player. Dave, what do you think about what they're saying? You know, that top down versus bottom up. You know, what do you think?
I think he's correct because at the end of the day, those players are going to get old and they're not going to be there forever. So it's best to build up from the grassroots up. So you can have they call it national team under 14, under 16, under 19, all the way up to the senior level. Not just the senior team alone is going to help. But you have to be like from the grassroots where you have them get involved from under 14, under 16, under 19. You have to be from the grassroots.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I'm not even saying that. I'm not even trying to contradict myself. But I think that the plan that Rick, and we're going to bring out Rick, Coach Rick in like about 30 seconds, and we're going to hear about his plan. But I think there's an opportunity to support the goal of getting to Paris in 2024 and support that effort that Rick is putting together. At the same time, guys like us, we begin to, work together and do our part at the grassroots level. So I'm going to let Rick, when you're available, Rick, you can come out, and this is the head coach of Jamaican men's national team, Rick Turner. He's about to join us in about 30 seconds. Let's just help wrap it up.
There I am.
Hey.
Wayne, I got to tell you, man, you put together an awesome 2 hours. And it's so great, and it's awesome to meet you, Ashton. And Wayne's talked you up for a long time with me, and you reached all of his accolades. You reached them all, and it was almost impossible for that to happen because he really talked you up. And then I've got Denham Brown here, who's probably my all-time favorite Sonic, which is awesome.
It was a quick scene. It was a quick
10
scene.
years, and I'm a Seattle guy. I love it.
It's all good.
Yeah, and Andrew, thanks for jumping on, man. I spent a year over in China, and so I know what that whole situation is like, and the challenges and the excitement at the same time. And thanks for jumping on and doing this with these guys. And Shaq, this is the first time I've had a chance to meet you.
How you doing?
The story you told a little earlier was not only just fun and captivating, it was awesome, and it was true, and it was you, man. And it's so cool to meet you, and Dave Black, of course, who's just one of the great Jamaican coaches locally down there. You guys have done a great job. And I got to tell you one other thing, Wayne, is, and thanks to Nat as well for jumping on, but when you brought on Akeem Scott, I felt like I've known that guy my entire life. He was so effusive and energetic, and just everything that came out of his mouth, you just wanted to hear him talk more, and so it was really cool, and a great 2 hours. And I appreciate what you guys have done to do this. And there's so much to do, and this is really, we've been on the job for about a year or so now, but this is really kind of the coming out of it, and there's so much to do ahead, but this is the first step. And I think with support of people like you who are investing in the not only the sport but the country, we can do it. And there's we've been talking about it for the last 24 hours, and it's in the corner of the screen covering Shaq's face up. We can, we will, right?
So Coach, just so you know, we are definitely on board to make a difference. Andrew and I have been talking about doing a basketball camp. We've been talking going back and forth about that, and we know that's going to be a reality today. With Denham, Ashton, myself, and we are guys that we are doers. So, it's something that it's going to go from conversation to reality very soon, and supporting everything that you're doing as well too. So thank you for the opportunity.
No, I appreciate that, man. And I'm not going to break my arm patting myself on the back, but I will say this. I think I'm a pretty decent judge of talent. And I knew right when I met you, Wayne, that you were a guy that can get some things done. And you didn't let me down in your first test.
Okay.
So thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. All right. Well, we got a break now. It's 1 o'clock. Thank you for, we got a 2-hour segment. Everybody, Drew, thank you. I know what it was like, trying to get yourself out of here to China. Denham, thank you. Shaq, Nat, that was on before. Dave, spend the whole time. We burn out your internet down there. But, yeah, of course, the team. Thank you all, Ashton. And, me and him going to keep working together, trying to make a big difference everywhere we go. So thank you.
You're doing it. Thanks, guys. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to stay. I'll stay. You guys can go, but thanks.